Hello, hello. P. Smith Gardner, how are you? Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. We're going to let a couple of more people come on in, get through the ads.
The belly, butt, hips, and thighs.
All right. Get through a few ads, and we come on in the room. Gardner Eden, hello, how are you? Good morning. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. How was you guys' weekend? I hope it was really, really good. Thank you for coming in. Just letting a few more people come in and get past some of these ads. And they could come on in the room. It's not going to be a really long live stream today. I just want to do my mail call. I'm super excited about that. I was supposed to did it last Monday, but I think it wind up coming in after the live. It was delivered to the door right after the live, maybe 10 minutes after the live was over. So I had to hold it to this week. I haven't opened it. I've been wanting to open it. I've been trying to play it off like, maybe it opened by itself. Now, it's sealed really, really good. So thank you guys for coming. Deborah Glad Tidings. Tina, hello, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. 50 plus, good morning. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. I had a pretty good weekend myself. Feeling a lot better. Thank God for that. I just been taking it slow, but this week I got to kick it into high gear because we are getting close to our fall season. I'm not really planting the fall garden, but I have some things that will lay over into my fall garden, which will be my sweet potato, and I'm super pumped about these sweet potatoes because I did them a different way. Every year I do them a certain way. One year I did them in the grow bags. I got pretty good success. Then another year I did them in the big black 20-gallon container. No success with that. And so this year I'm putting them in the raised beds, and as many vines as just it's crazy. I'm hoping that that's an indication that I'm going to have some really, really nice abundance of sweet potatoes this year. So I'm excited to find out how that's going to go. We're going to get right into it because I got to get out in the yard. I would have did this live outside, but today my son decided that he wanted to cut his grass that he was supposed to cut 3 days ago. So I didn't want the lawnmower noise in the background. So we'll do it in here. And then we'll start, I got a couple of videos coming out this week. And I got to work on those. I got to find out what's going on in my hive. Because there's some strange things happening. They're doing more bearding than anything. So it's time for me to go in it anyway. And I have to go in it deep because I have 2 supers. So I have to go all the way to the very first super and the second super to see what's going on with them. I'm telling you guys, gardening in the north, and a lot of the northern gardeners will say the same thing. Indiana, Chicago. It's a lot difficult than gardening in the south. I mean, the south have its challenges too. Don't get me wrong, but for us, it's like everything we do, it can become a challenge, even down to beekeeping. I got to overwinter my bees. I have to protect them for the winter because I haven't really classified myself as a beekeeper. I'm just a person with bees. If I get through this winter, I will classify myself as a beekeeper, because that's going to be one of the most difficult things, is to keep them alive through a Michigan winter. Not impossible, but I have to do a whole lot of research. I got to reach out to all my mentors that's been helping me with my bees here in Michigan, that lives here in Michigan, because they can basically tell me what they do to overwinter their bees. So it's a lot of challenges, even with the figs. It's a lot of challenges with growing figs in the north. We got to overwinter those, take them in the house, because the cold will freeze them out. It'll kill them out all the way down to the root and the root, where it won't grow back. So it's a lot of challenges that we go through as northern gardeners, but you know, like I said, the South have its challenges as well. All right, I am going to open this up. I am super excited. I was trying to wait for Carolina Gardener to come on in, who sent me this package. Also sent a couple of people in a couple of live streams ago, sent them the package, so they got the package as well. I don't have a mod. I don't see any mods in here. Lisa Williams, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. I really do. Alrighty. So we're going to go on and get going, because I'm not going to be on here too long. So I'm going to open this up. This is from Carolina Gardener. And thank you, Carolina Gardener, for sending me this, and for sending the other subscribers and viewers that was in the live a couple of weeks ago. I appreciate it. And this came straight from the seed company that Carolina Gardener purchases their seeds from. So let's see what we got. Black seed Simpson lettuce. Let you guys look at that. Oh, I like this next one coming up. I never tried that. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, the black seed Simpson lettuce. It's a 1 ounce package. The germination rate is 94%, which is really great. And, oh, wow, they give you the test date where they tested it, 7/20/20, I guess, to make sure that their seeds is viable, which is great. Treated, untreated. And this is Clifton Seed Company. I've never heard of this seed company, but I'm going to check them out, especially if I have the success rate is the way they say it is. Morris Heading Collets. This is a lot of seeds, guys. And it's right on time for what I got coming up for this winter with continuing growing my food. So this is going to be really good for me. Miss Farola, hello, how are you? Thank you for being here. And we got peppermint Swiss char. I've never heard of peppermint Swiss char. Anybody ever heard of peppermint Swiss char? Lisa says burning up in Florida. I can believe you. So this is what I got. These 3 varieties of seeds. I'm looking forward to it because my grow tower is already ordered. And these will go definitely in it. So I'll be able to tell you guys how it tastes. You know, show you how it looks, the whole 9. So thank you so much, Carolina Gardener. I appreciate that. Let me go back down into the chat, see who came in. How to Garden, hello. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I don't know why my chat is not up here, up on my screen. I appreciate you for being here. Guys, these seeds got me excited. Especially all of them because they're leafy greens. And that's exactly what I'll be growing the whole entire winter, is a lot of leafy greens. So I'm super excited about that. I've never heard of peppermint Swiss chard. Never heard of peppermint Swiss chard. So this is going to be exciting to try that. How soon would I be planting them? These, I'm going to plant these in my grow tower. I just ordered my grow tower yesterday. I'm not really doing a fall garden this year because that grow tower is coming and I'm going to start growing my stuff inside for the winter. Because I got a funny feeling, Tina, that this winter in Michigan is going to be super cold. And then I know we're going to be on lockdown again. So this came right on time, and along with some other stuff that I'll be growing. So I'm excited about it. And yeah, I did say we're going to be on lockdown again. I already know it because our rates are going up with COVID. So I know we're going to be right back in the same spot that we were in last year, if not in a worse position. So looking forward. Miss Deborah Grant Titans is speaking to Miss Farola. You think when a person call you the first time and you decline the call, they wouldn't call you right back? Not my son. He know it's Monday. He not thinking. So that's what I got with this. How's I'm not doing a fall garden this year, and I'm gonna explain to you why. One, I don't have the room because by the time I harvest everything, which today I think I'm gonna harvest all my eggplant, all the sugar babies, and probably all the tomatoes. It's a little bit too behind. I didn't start any starts inside. Over the winter, my plans is to get me a grow station in here because I don't want to have the problem that I had last year where I just completely was running out of room for my starts. I had one station set over here. I had another station set over there. It just wasn't enough room, so I'm going to try to build a rack or either buy a rack and put my grow strip lights on there, where my excuse for not growing something will not be because I didn't have room to do my starts. I want to do next year almost 100% of my garden from starts. That's where I'm at. This year I did 90% of my garden from seed. That I grew from seed. Next year I want to do 100% from seed because starts are getting more and more expensive. And this year, Pandy Hair Care, hello, how are you? Thank you for coming in. This year I noticed because of the pandemic that the seeds were more expensive. Not the seeds, but the starts were more expensive than ever. I mean, I felt like they really took advantage of a lot of people because people decided that they wanted to garden because that's all they could really do. So they put their focus into that, and starts were running like $3 and $4, and that's for one. That's crazy. A 4-pack sale was like $3. That don't make any type of sense to me, and I just think that that's price gouging at at the finest. You might have had to put a little extra work in for your starts, because maybe you had employees that was, sick or whatever, but still, I just think that I'm seeing a lot of price gouging all across the board, not even just with gardening supplies, everything. So I don't feel that it'll be any different this year than it has last year. It will probably be worse. So I'm stocked up on seeds. I got a few more seeds that I do want to order. And the tomato variety, I got a video coming up. I'll probably release it tomorrow and let this one generate. Release my next one tomorrow, but I'm going to film it today out in the garden. I have to harvest the sugar babies. I have to harvest my tomatoes, even if they're not even red, because I eat green tomatoes as well. And I have to harvest my eggplant. So once I get all of that out, that soil is going to be put to rest, cleaned out, get all the roots and stuff out of it, cleaned out and prepared for next season, to be amended next season. So I'm not doing a fall garden at all. I will still be doing my videos because I'll still have things growing in the garden. Like I said earlier, I'm excited about the sweet potatoes that I have growing, because this is my first year growing them in a raised bed. And so far, from the way they look, it might be the best way to grow them. I've tried them in containers. The containers were the worst to me. I had the worst luck growing the sweet potatoes in containers. Not saying that you will. I did. The grow bags wasn't bad. They wasn't bad at all. But I think with this raised bed that I built just to grow those in, I think I'm going to have a whole lot more success, because the vines is crazy. And I'm looking forward to harvesting these things, especially the watermelon today, because I can get those vines under control. If it's not connected to another fruit, then I'm going to go ahead and take it out. It's just, you know, after your garden looks a certain way for so long, you start getting a little OCD about it and like, okay, I want to clean this up. So that's what I got going on. And that's pretty much it. Again, thank Carolina Gardener. I was hoping that Carolina Gardener had came in for the live, but I'm sure they're going to be watching the replay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate my seeds. I know a couple of people in here got them as well in the mail, because Carolina Gardener did an awesome giveaway right here on the channel. And I appreciate that, because you didn't have to do it, but you did out of the generosity of your heart. And he had everybody sent straight from the company, the seed company, right to your door, to the address that you gave them. So I thought that was pretty awesome of them. We will be doing more giveaways on the channel over the winter. If anybody is interested in growing figs, you know, October is normally my month when I start to get ready to overwinter my figs and start trimming them, because I trim them back because they be way too big to come in the house. So I try to trim them back a little bit. And those cuttings, you can actually propagate and grow a whole nother tree. Stephanie, if I didn't say hello, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Sugar babies are small, sweet watermelon. Yes, Deborah, the sugar babies are small, sweet watermelons. And I've learned that there's different varieties of sugar babies, because normally my sugar babies a couple of years ago would be the size of a little bit bigger than a softball. A little bit bigger than a softball. But this year, they're like a soccer ball size. And the same thing with last year. My brother came over and he, of course, harvested him one. So I'm going to go out there and harvest the rest of them. Missy, hello, how are you? Good morning. Thank you for being here. So yeah, they're called icebox watermelons, and they're really sweet. They're small, personal size watermelons. So I'm gonna be doing a video and releasing it probably tomorrow, Wednesday, but I'm gonna do it today, and you'll see. And I also will cut one open and show you how it looks. It's just a red flesh watermelon, but it's super sweet, and they're really good. They're really good. Okay, checking back into the comments. Want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So that's pretty much all I got today, guys. It's just going to be a short mail call live. I opened up these seeds, letting you know that I'm not doing a fall garden, but my garden will continue into the fall because I do have other things out there growing. My peppers are going to continue into the fall because they're just starting to turn. A lot of people was like, the bell peppers is ready, pick them. Nope, they're not ready because they're not green bell peppers. They're red and orange bell peppers. They might be red and yellow bell peppers. So they're just starting to turn this color, and that's going to give them even more sweetness. So you got to, when you're doing bell peppers, know if they're green bell peppers, red bell peppers. I don't know what people is calling me. Red bell peppers or yellow bell peppers. If they are, once they get mature in size, that's when they will start turning. So you got to be patient and not take them off too quick if you want them to turn. Now, if you don't want them to turn, you can take them off and they just be a regular bell pepper. But I want mine to turn, and they're just starting to turn this color. So that's going into the fall with the bell peppers. My ghost peppers and my reapers also have to turn. I think one of them turns red. If not, both of them turns red. And they haven't started turning yet, so those will be going into the fall. The sweet potatoes will be going into the fall, and I will be showing you guys how I break my bed down and prepare it for the next season, which I take a lot of my comfrey and I cover a lot of my, after I clean all the roots, because if you're going to use your soil next year that you use this year, you want to make sure all that plant matter is out of there. Don't throw your soil away, even if you're a container gardener. Don't throw away your soil. Keep your soil so you don't have to buy it every year. All you have to do next year is amend that soil. It's still good. So I take my comfrey, I put it in my beds, and I put the bed to rest for the rest of the season. We've been getting a lot of rain the past couple of days here. Got a real bad thunderstorm yesterday. So the rain has been really pushing the garden forward. Now, the only thing that I really have a complaint with in my garden this season, my cucumbers didn't do nothing. Nothing. And I can grow cucumbers with my eyes closed. But because of the pandemic, because of the shortage of seeds, and because I waited so long to get my seeds, I only had a few straight 8 cucumber left. I kept one, I kept the other, and the rest didn't. I kept one, I gave away the other, and the rest didn't germinate. So I had to go out and buy some Marky Moore starts. They didn't do that well. I'll show you in the video. It's some type of fungus I got going on with them. So I might take that vine down as well and clean that out and put that bed to rest. So I usually have about 100 cucumbers by now. I might not even get 10. So I had problems this year with cucumbers. Carolina Gardener is here. Thank you so much, Carolina. We have went through our unboxing mail call, and I thank you so much for these seeds. I'm looking forward to them. A couple of people in here also got the seeds from Carolina Gardener. They came, like I said, they came straight from the seed company, and I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to these because, Carolina, I'm going to put these in my grow tower and grow these over the winter. So I'm definitely looking forward, and I will keep everybody posted on the production of the seeds. It says it's a 90% germination rate on all of these packages, so I will keep everybody posted on them. And I've never tasted, Carolina, I've never tasted the peppermint Swiss chard. Never even heard of it, so I'm looking forward to it. Black seed Simpson lettuce, never heard of that, and I'm looking forward to it. Morris heading college. I'm looking forward to him. So thank you so much, Carolina Gardner. I appreciate it. It was hard holding these seeds for a week, holding this package for a week. It came in last Monday after the live. And I dropped the package. I, tried to see if it just would open up so I could peek. No, they had these sealed real good. So I just opened them on live, and I really, really appreciate you doing that giveaway and giving away all these seeds. This is a lot. This is a lot of seeds. This many seeds you get when you growing microgreens too. They'll send you big package of seeds. This is 4 ounces of seeds. That's a lot of seeds right there. So I do appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, the Morris College is native to North Carolina. They're so sweet. Really? Okay. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm going to see what I can do out in my garden bed because I might not be able to wait on that tower. I might drop some of these outside in the garden bed. I got to see how many days to germination they go here. But I definitely do appreciate all that you do. Pretty cool. That is a lot of seeds. It is a lot of seeds. 4 ounces of seed. I'm good. I'm real good with these. This one is 1 ounce of the black seeded Simpson lettuce. That's a lot of lettuce. And then they got 1 ounce of the peppermint Swiss chard, but the other one is 4 ounces. This is a lot of seeds, guys. A lot. So thank you again. I appreciate you. All right, guys. I'm going to call this live. Thank you so much for coming in. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button for the host. I appreciate you. Look out for the next video that's coming up. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm getting back into the garden. I got to get in that hive and find out what's going on while my bees are just bearding outside. I know it's because it's hot and then the humidity, but I've vented the top. One mistake that I made, and I want to share with you guys, if anybody is thinking about beekeeping. Do your research. I did my research. I ain't talking about watching somebody else's video. I literally did my research and took a class on beekeeping because beekeeping can be very expensive. And due to the fact that it's so expensive, you don't want to make mistakes. To me, gardening is expensive. Buying these trees is expensive, so I'm not finna just willy-nilly it off the top of my head or take advice from somebody else that might not be giving me the proper advice on how to maintain my trees. So I have to do my research. If you buy a tree from Stock Brothers tell you what to do. They tell you how to fertilize. Everything that you grow need to be fed. Your kid has to be fed. You have to be fed. Your plants have to be fed as well. Your garden has to be fed. You just can't plant the seeds out, water them, and walk away. You have to make sure that they have the proper nutrients, the proper fertilizer, so that your stuff can grow. And this is a lot of mistakes that people are making with their garden. Talita 360, hello. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Pandy, if I haven't spoke, hello. Thank you for being here. This is one of the most common mistakes that people are making with their gardens, that they're not feeding their plants. They're not fertilizing. They're not giving the nutrients, especially with container gardeners. You have to feed your plant, because every time you water that plant, that water runs right back out the bottom of that container onto the ground or into the saucepan or whatever it has. That's nutrients leaching out of your soil. And it's the same thing in your garden. My trees, I fed my trees this year like crazy. And they grew like crazy. My Santa Rosa plum had been in a wine barrel for 2 whole years. When I got it, I promise you, it was about this big when I got it. A little bitty stick of a whip. I was so mad at Stock Brothers. I'm like, you sent me this little thing. But when I got that, I put it in the wine barrel because it was so little. Guys, when I took it out that wine barrel and I started feeding my trees and found out what I needed to feed my trees with, the thing blew up, got explosive. All of it over in the orchard area, those trees are all new. They look like they're 2 years old. Some of them look like they're 2 years old. So you gotta feed them. Keep feeding them. I don't care where you get your trees from, but you gotta feed them. You gotta keep feeding them. The same thing with your garden. You gotta keep feeding your garden. So that's about it, guys. Hot Sauce Junkie Tim, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Yes, it's been a very long time, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. What is the best natural fertilizer for the garden? I'm okay using banana water, 511 homemade compost. I don't have comfrey right now. The best, you using good. With the 511, add you some fish seaweed and kelp fertilizer. And it'll change that. You can use that with the 511 too. And it'll give you a higher ratio because you want to remember your NPK. You got to get that nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium in that soil, especially for your fruiting plant. Angela Garden says, hello, how are you? Thank you for being here. It's been a while, maybe about 2-3 weeks. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Angela, how is your figs doing? Because Angela is growing figs as well. So definitely, Lisa, you got some good stuff going on, especially with the homemade compost as a top dressing. And the comfrey, you don't have the comfrey right now. But I use blood meal and bone meal too in my garden. Actually, the only thing I use on my sugar baby watermelon is blood meal, bone meal, and fish and seaweed fertilizer. That's it. That's all I use on there. I did not, I promise you, I didn't add anything else. Now in the rest of my garden, I couldn't tell you what I use because I be experimenting with a whole bunch of stuff. But the sugar babies, I figure if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it worked well last year, try it again this year and see if that was the case. All right, Angela said I have 2 figs. I purchased them last year. Have they gotten any bigger? How are they doing? Both had produced fruit. Oh, okay, good. One fell off, but the Olympia fig is holding on and the fruit's still green. Great, 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 great. That's good. I've gotten a lot of figs this year. I was so thankful because this was actually my first year really getting to taste a lot of my fruit. I got a couple of more trees out there that has fruit on them, and I'm hoping that it make it. But really, our fruit trees, them figs stopped growing around end of July for us. They'll stop growing and producing. They'll produce, but they won't make it in time. So it slows down real quick because our nights get really, really cold. Okay, I also use blood meal, bone meal. I'll purchase seaweed and kelp. Yep. Yeah, and that's just a little extra numbers onto the fish emotion. It just brings your numbers up. And that'll help you with your fruit production on your plants, Lisa. So yeah, but other than that, you're using some pretty good stuff. But we want to get that fruit production going, which is I'm very excited about this year. My tomatoes did really, really well. Guys, my family been coming over. My family been coming over. One of my moms has texted me, actually, am I ready? I'm about done. My family has been coming over harvesting fruit out of the garden. I don't stop them. you know, but I caught them one day. I caught them the other day. You're going to see it in the video. They was about to get my watermelons. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. That's content. They like, what is content? I was like, that's my content. You can't just take my content. I got to show the people. So they was like, I gotta hurry up and show the people, because they going to show the people. People ain't going to see. So definitely just bring that NPK up a little bit if you want that fruit production on your tomatoes, and you want, and trimming those tomatoes is very important too. You don't need all those leaves. Get those suckers off of there and trim them, and that'll give you more fruit production as well. They say that you're not supposed to trim the sweet 100s, but I did. I trimmed my sweet 100s because the bottom was really bushy, and every time I watered it, the water would splash up because I didn't put any mulch down in there. Once I trimmed them things started exploding. They started exploding. I got sweet 100 for days. My grandson can't even keep up. He just be like, "It's more?" He can't keep up with them. So definitely. I'm going to tell you another thing before I go. I know, right, Miss Farola? Be like, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Because my grandbaby been picking the grapes. I got grapes this year, y'all. I was going to give that grapevine away. Remember I told y'all I was going to give that grapevine away because I was doing the orchard, but I stuck it over in a 5-gallon bucket. You would think that thing did better than it ever have. This must have been the season for it to grow because it was a 3-year-old vine. I got grapes this year. I knew I was going to get grapes because I got 3 of them last year, and that's always the indication that the next year is going to be better. Just like I got 2 peaches this year. That was horrible. But next year is going to be better. Once your trees start giving you fruit, it's just an indication of what I'm going to give you next year. But you got to feed them. You have to. The grapes finally got sweet. I thought they were going to turn, Angela, grapes. I'm super pumped about it. I thought they were going to turn red, but I can't think of what kind of grapes they are. I know I had Reliance, which was red. I know I had Catawba, and I know which one, but I can't figure out what that grape was because when I took the poles down, I had a tag on the poles. I don't know what happened. So it's a green table grape. I know that. Because that's what I always get, a table grape. But the grapes are even good this year. So I'm excited. I got me a new little harvest basket. So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get in this garden and I'm going to harvest before my family eat my content up. And I'm going to show y'all what I get. So I hope that you guys have an awesome week. I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with me. I do appreciate you. And happy gardening, everybody. See you later, y'all. Thank you for coming.